Did Stacey Peterson lie to police to protect her husband? The man who served as pastor to Drew Peterson's missing fourth wife is on the stand. WGN's Tanya Francisco is live in Joliet with details on Neal Shore's testimony.
Dina, Neal Shore actually provided marriage counseling to both Drew Peterson and Stacey Peterson back in 2007. He says, but one day he got a phone call from Stacey Peterson asking to meet him separately, and he sensed that she had something important to say. Reverend Neal Shore told jurors he met with Stacey Peterson at a Bolingbrook Starbucks in August of 2007 and that she looked nervous. He says she went on to tell him that she woke up in the middle of the night and found Drew Peterson in the laundry room wearing dark clothing. His sleeves were wet and that he was putting women's clothing that was not hers into the washing machine. Shore says Stacey told him that was just before Kathleen Savio was found dead. Shore's testimony is key to the prosecution's case because the state believes Peterson put Savio in a chokehold until she was unconscious and then drowned her in the bathtub. Shore also told jurors Stacey claimed Drew Peterson coached her for hours on what to say to police and that a tearful Stacey told him she lied to police. Before court, Peterson attorney Joel Brodsky called Shore's testimony rank speculation and says that just because he's a pastor doesn't make him any more credible.
They're no different than anybody else, and to say he's any more credible is wrong. And we'll look at him and the factors that you look at any witness for in credibility, whether or not their story even makes sense. And his story certainly has problems.
Shore also told jurors that he brought a witness with him to the coffee house so that there would be no sense of impropriety going on, and that witness sat 8 to 10 feet away from them and could not hear what they were talking about. Now, there were loud gasps in the courtroom when, during cross-examination, Joe Lopez, Drew Peterson's defense attorney, asked Reverend Shore if he did that because he was afraid that Stacey Peterson would try to seduce him. Reverend Shore replied, absolutely not. With that, Reverend Shore was off the stand, and now court is taking a lunch break. That's the very latest from here in Joliet at the Will County Courthouse. Tanya Francisco, WGN News.
Thank you, Tanya. Also today, self-proclaimed victims advocate Jeff Ruby was thrown out of the courtroom. He was kicked out for making direct eye contact with Drew Peterson and mouthing an expletive.
I'm just standing like in the courtroom in the little corridor there, and Peterson turns around and starts staring me down, giving me the evil look. So I start giving him the dirty look back. So his look gets a little dirtier than it was before, and I finally, say to him. And it's something I've been meaning to say.
Ruby also took out ads in the newspapers attacking the defense, the defendant, and the judge, and calling this trial shameless.